We're wrapping up Historic today, and honestly, Historic's been great today, which is what I needed. We had a couple of rough days. I'm super excited to have a bunch of sweet fun decks to play today. We're wrapping up today with some black-red zombies. We played this once before on stream, and it felt very reasonable. So the way this aggressive deck works is it's headlined by 8 3-mana cards that grow all of our creatures we have in play. So we have Death Baron here, which says skeletons and zombies you control get +1/+1. All of these lovelies down here are zombies. And then we have Judith, Scourge Diva, which says other creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Judith deals 1 damage to any target. Past these lovely lords here we have in the 3 slot, we also have Gempalm Polluter, an HA3 card, which gives our aggressive deck an incredible amount of reach. When you cycle Gempalm Polluter, you may have target player lose life equal to the number of zombies on the battlefield. Extra amusing with this card is this is a card that was designed when templates were not one-sided, so you can Gempalm Polluter Field of the Dead players for extra damage in a pleasant way. I believe the last time we played this, we actually 20-balled a Field of the Dead player with a pair of Gempalms, and it was just chef's kiss. An HA1 card that really hasn't had a chance to shine is Cryptbreaker here. So a 1/1 zombie here that says pay 2, discard a card from your hand, create a 2/2 black zombie token, and you can also tap 3 untapped zombies you control to draw a card and lose a life. Cryptbreaker, along with Lazotep Reaver, tends to be one of our better curves to open in this deck. You can go turn 1 Cryptbreaker, turn 2 Reaver, make a zombie token, and then tap your 3 zombies to immediately draw a card. And then you have 3 bodies in play to follow up with Death Baron or Judith Scourge Diva to kind of run people down. So let's go ahead and pop on into some matches here with this one. Hopefully we have another good set with this. It was pretty reasonable last time and a lot of fun. Mr. Pockets, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, back during Legion's days, none of those were one-sided. Yeah, definitely, Nerd Girl. So we have a Korea Orphan Guard here, which generally means our opponent is playing a control deck. Niv, thanks for the sub gifty. Okay, Thought Erasure here is a little annoying, but I do at least have another threat I can play out in Foulmire Knight if they take my Mire Triton here. Could be a Cats deck. Nah, not on turn 1 Watery Grave. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. That's a good one. Do I play Foulmire Knight here, or do I save it to cycle? I think I'm saving it to cycle. I've got a reasonable amount of pressure in play here. They could realistically sweep the board next turn. Judith or any of our lords would be good draws here. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Dreadhorde Butcher out. They're very likely to pump Ratchet Bomb to 2 and crack it next turn, but that's fine. That forces the Ratchet Bomb off the table, and Dreadhorde Butcher deals another 2 to them when they do that. Wonder if we'll see them bounce Dreadhorde Butcher again here or not. That makes sense. It means they're going to be able to, means their Teferi kinda survives. Oh, spells. I think I'm killing Teferi rather than dealing 2 to them here. I'm gonna go ahead and pay a life and draw a card. They're single use, Enya. If the code's not working, it probably means someone else already redeemed it in chat. Those up and M codes are one time. Well, that's really good. Yeah, their messages aren't very good.
Still have much to learn. Focused and disciplined, encountering no home nor prowess.
We've got huge tracts of land. If we have drawn some more spells this game, we might have had a shot. He says, wistfully looking at his board state.
I have just the trick for this.
Okay, tap out here. Okay, give up our companion here and board in 4 copies of Duress and 2 Ferocidon. I'm gonna trim Murderous Rider and I think Mire Triton. Are there really only 22 lands in this deck? There are. That's wild. Thought we were playing 24. 22 is kind of low. Ratchet Bomb is pretty good against their low to the ground aggro deck. Not really. It was like fine. We would have played through Ratchet Bomb with 3 more spells. They fixed the companion sideboarding bug. Not about to find out. I don't know, and I'm not trying it live. Would love to draw Lazotep Reaver or any 1-mana zombie that's untapped here. Perfect. This is one of the openers we talked about when I started. So I'll be able to tap all 3 of these to draw a card. What's the companion sideboard bug? If you board in a card that breaks your companion rule and don't take the companion out of the companion slot, it just doesn't submit your sideboarding and the game locks up until your sideboard timer runs out. Instead of telling you you've broken your rule and tried to submit an illegal deck, it just basically locks up. Okay. I think I'm going to skip 2 points of damage for a card here. I don't know, it's close. I assume Cryptbreaker is going to eat it here. Would love to draw a Lord for next turn. Yeah, you can exit the game and relaunch it to sideboard, but you shouldn't have to do that. This is the part where they hit the white source, then sweep me. The last time we played this, the Teferi Sweeper matchup felt pretty difficult. We added some Duress to the sideboard, but, you know, if they have 2 sweepers, they have 2 sweepers. What decks do we sideboard in Murderous Riders? Ones where they have creatures you want to kill. Super reasonable. I think banning tap out of Historic would put it to end to like control or kill it off. I don't know. I don't think you need to ban Teferi on pure power level, but I think in terms of players enjoying Magic level, it would be a net positive for the game if Teferi was removed from it. Teferi very much kills a lot of the things that that allow me to enjoy Magic. Okay, with Cryptbreaker here, I have to decide, do I want to Foulmire Knight or do I want to Lazotep Reaver? I think I want to just draw cards. Don't I always? I don't think Control is even that good in Historic. I think Jeskai and Esper are a lot better than you're giving them credit for. I think especially with Winota being the best deck in the format, I think both Jeskai and Esper Control can be built well to be good against Winota. We played Jeskai Control to start today, and we won basically every match. Deck is just objectively powerful, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and trade off aggressively here, especially since I get to generate some card advantage. I think we just, again, try and trade off and keep the board small, so if they draw red sources, we keep them off of Embercleave mana, and then, hopefully, while we draw cards with Cryptbreaker, we eventually pull ahead. You feeling about the Companion nerf so far? I don't really like it. I feel like the Companion nerf really hammered... The Companion nerf basically made aggressive Companions borderline unplayable. The only reason I've still got Umori the Collector in this deck because I literally don't have any non-creature spells I want to play in the main. It's actually just a free roll. Took your advice about adding black to mono blue, but having success with mono blue Laris. Sweet. Geralf's Messenger would be an awesome addition to this deck. Gravecrawler too. I would love a Gravecrawler as a 1-drop. Card would be absurd. Mire Triton probably means the game's over, especially with Double Lord here in hand. Yeah, I think my plan, so Christy had her scheduled doctor's appointment this morning, and obviously Haley could come at any point, but I think we scheduled Haley / my wife to be induced for next Monday. So at the latest, a week from today, we will have a third child. So my break will be starting sometime between now and a week from now. Hopefully for the sake of my wife, because she opts to come a little bit sooner. Alright, so this is a matchup where I want this extra creature removal. Dreadhorde Butcher is not very good in matchups where we're going to be playing defensively. Then probably trim... a Gempalm? I'm not sure about Gempalm. Well, we need to cut our companion, right? So don't get sideboard bugged. So I want to bring in Redcap Melee. So sorry, speaking of, my plan as a content creator is, assuming Haley doesn't come early, I'm planning to be live every morning between now and next Monday. Because I'm going to take at least a week off when she gets here, so I want to get through as much content stuff as I can between now and then. My plan is to do 2 to 3 magic decks and 1 Runeterra deck every day between now and Monday. Yeah, this looks keepable. Yeah, we're close to the hospital. Bloomington Normal, where I live, actually has two good-sized hospitals in it. Within like a 10-minute drive. You can drive end to end in the Bloomington Normal area in like some 20 minutes. Random Death Toucher is very good in this matchup. He says as he draws another. Death Baron here, notably, in addition to making our things bigger, also gives Death Touch, which is great. I'm going to play some non-Ziggurat lands here, because I might want to cycle plus... play this on 4. Although now I'd probably just play it here, huh? That's my plan. Yeah, I've been enjoying the mix of Historic and Runeterra too. Happy with where we've landed with that. Okay, so, I mean, assuming they have nothing... Death Baron here lets Diregraf Ghoul trade with Questing Beast, which is great. That being said, any Ember Cleave, Domri's Ambush, Stomp, like, throws that plan right in the garbage can. Cleave ho! A lot of people complain about Winota because that's what Magic players do. They complain. But honestly, I don't feel like Winota is meaningfully different than Embercleave in a lot of games. If anything, I think it's actually easier to interact with Winota than it is to interact with Embercleave, because Winota at least dies to Doomblade. Whereas Embercleave makes you kill every creature they play for the rest of the game. Hey, this is good. This is something I was wondering. The Players Tour is going on this weekend, and looks like they're gonna have actual coverage for it. Interested to see what they have put together for that. Maybe they'll surprise us and there'll be a spectator mode. Bowser Koopa, thank you for the 32 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Ziggurat plus Dragonskull Summit, a little awkward here. Would love to draw a Swamp on turn 1. Nailed it. Were you told how round matchups are being handled yet? A competitor that I follow on Twitter said that they were going to be managing the tournament via Discord. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they're not using... I don't know why they wouldn't use melee. My LGS handles 16-person FNMs on Discord, so clearly that's how the multi-billion-dollar company should too. Worth noting here, Ancient Ziggurat does not cast Swift End, so if we want to kill something with Murderous Rider, we do need to draw a non-Ziggurat land here. I don't believe anyone else has been running large historic tournaments as of yet. So this block is super easy, because we get to do this. Yeah, Judith really ties this deck together, having eight creatures that give us +1/+1 to most of the board. On 3 is a really big deal. There will definitely be another open. I'm not scheduling it until after Haley gets here. And after Christie's healed, and I don't like to make commitments I can't keep. I don't want to schedule something and then have to like roll it back because of issues that occur. Has it, Bob? Like, I guess I'm not quite sure what games you've been watching. I have not felt like my mana base has given me problems. If I attack with all of these and they trade with Judith, they go to 2. You also just, like, don't have to cast your adventure cards as adventurers. You just cast them as actual creatures a significant amount of the time, Bob. You're never not dead to cleave. Ain't that the truth? I guess I could have technically held up Murderous Rider here, but I also don't feel like we win this game by holding back. Yeah, you're just gonna cleave us. They need the 3rd creature to cleave here. Oh, cleave kills them. If they kill Death Baron, that's funny. No, they have Spellbreaker. So if they cleave Bone Crusher, they hit us for 8. Wait, they just punt? They just threw the game, right? Alright. Deal. We take those. Mr. Pocket, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Thanks for making content. You're the reason I started with Modern back in the day, and more recently with Runeterra. Keep up the good work. Thanks for the support. I'm glad you're enjoying it. If they would have put the cleave over here, they would have done 8, 11, 13. Yeah, if they would have put the cleave on the Bone Crusher Giant, they would have killed us. I think they thought they were dead because of Judith, and they forgot about their Spellbreaker text. Pretty confident is what happened there. Team doesn't have a 1-drop, which is sad, but all the cards are good, so we're gonna keep. Should we not have pinged them? We're literally talking about how I couldn't ping them. Come on, Twitch chat. I've not looked at the Runeterra patch notes yet. They went up while I was live. Land. Land. Ba-bee! Alright, I think I actually just Judith here, because this way if they want to double block, I kill their board. The Runeterra patch isn't a balance patch, it's only bug fixed. Okay. If they have a removal spell here. Oh. Well then. Well, unless they have... Let's say, unless they have, like, Legion's End, they're super dead here, right? I don't really know what they're doing. I want to board an extra Murderous Rider, because they kind of seem like a creature deck, but... It's gonna wait and see. When in doubt, less is more when boarding with aggressive decks like this. You want to just keep your primary game plan good. Surely my Hoaglandia rights are protected with a highlighted message. Of course your Hoaglandia rights are worthwhile with a highlighted message. Great start here. Turn 1, turn 2, draw a card. Turn 3, play this and attack. One of our better openers for sure. In Runeterra, is there any benefit from laddering up? I have no idea what their ladder rewards are. I assume you get something at the end of a season. I'm reviewing deck submissions after the stream today, unless my wife goes into labor. I think I'm willing to give up 2 points of damage to draw a card here. Gempalm Polluter's over here charging his laser. Polls can tend to be used to extrapolate if they are done correctly, because well done polls make an effort to pull from a sample that aims to be representative of the population as a whole. Now, that being said, not all polls are created equal, and not all of them achieve that goal, but that is the goal. And someone left a really good quote in one of my YouTube comments yesterday, and it was, statistics don't lie, but liars love statistics. And that's one that really resonated for me, I feel. God, how many cards did our Cryptbreaker draw there? There's a lot. Speaking of, I like Cryptbreaker. I like it a lot. The statistics can be used to say anything, even the truth. That's another good one. Oh, you know what? I should be holding lands to discard the Cryptbreaker, huh? So they can eat some food here to not die, but I want to cycle this in case we draw another zombie. Or they can die, you know? Sure, it's always an option. Slow and steady. Arena is determined to get us to play against Sparky, but having none of it, chat. Pretty easy mulligan here on a 5-lander, I think. This isn't amazing. I would like a 1-drop, but definitely a keep at 6. Spells 3 lands. I queued against Sparky like 5 times yesterday. That's smug. That smug Spark. One thing you'll note is that I play out Foulmire Knight pretty aggressively on 1 if I don't have any other plays. While it is enticing to get value from cycling the Foulmire Knight, we are an aggro deck at our core. Curving out is very important. Clone the deck you have versus Sparky and delete it so there's no deck available. Yes, that is one of the reasons. If I had a deck available against Sparky, we definitely would have queued into it before. For me, pushing the button without paying attention. Opponent missed a land drop there. Seems real good for us. Scale of 1 to dead. What are we working with here, opponent? Oh, how dead am I? Well, if we get another combat step where our creatures can deal damage, things seem good for us. So, next is a Fate here. Super annoying, but they don't have any sustained card advantage yet, so for the time being, they're just spinning their tires. Obviously, it's very possible that could change. But for the moment, we sit here and twiddle our thumbs.
I have practiced against keep an open mind.
Is there a sacrifice outlet we can play in this deck? No, I don't think so. Maybe you could try and finagle Priest into this deck, but I guess we could try Priest over Mire Triton, because Priest is okay with Lazotep Reaver. I don't know, if we get like Gravecrawler in this format, I would definitely give Priest a try. I think without Gravecrawler, Priest probably isn't good enough. Okay, and then Tamiyo is going to be enough for me to concede here. The Narset only has 2 shots, but Tamiyo means they're going to get 8 extra looks each turn. Pretty likely to be dead. Board out our Riders and a couple of Mire Tritons. Bring in 4 copies of Duress. I don't think this is a Rampaging Ferocidon matchup. I guess this is fine against Uro. We might... I'm hoping that we get some sweet zombies out of Jumpstart for this archetype over the summer. It would be quite excellent. I think I should do this because this is probably the growth spiral into reclamation turn. Shark Typhoon's annoying. Do I want to draw another card here? I think I do. I think it's worth giving up 2 damage to draw a card. Maybe it's not, though. The Shark Typhoon's going to threaten to block my stuff soon. So yeah, I'm actually going to get a hit in this turn, because next turn I won't want to attack into a 2/2 Shark. What exactly is Jumpstart? I'm confused. Is it standard legal? It is not. Jumpstart is a supplementary Magic product where they will be releasing a bunch of booster packs. And those booster packs will all have a theme and basic lands in it, with the idea being that you can take any 2 of the booster packs and shuffle them up together and then play a game of Magic with 2 of those packs. It'll have approximately 300 cards in it. I believe they said 30-ish of them will be brand new Magic cards, and the other ones will be reprints. All of the cards that are brand new will be legal in Historic, Legacy, and Vintage. And obviously all 300 of them will be legal in Historic, because a number of those cards really won't be brand new Magic cards, they'll be new to Arena. $120 cards in Jumpstart are at M21. Oh, is that real? I didn't know that. It was announced in Morrow's article today. Okay. You're intrigued why Jumpstart won't be modern legal, because supplemental products like Jumpstart and Conspiracy are never modern legal, because modern isn't technically an eternal format, it's a non-rotating format. And if you think that distinction is stupid, you're not wrong, but it is. It exists. Alright, so let's just draw a bunch of cards here. And try and find another one of these that they can't fog. Can't duress them because
I have learned all I can.
oh, they let Tamio die. Thanks. Get wrecked. Are y'all proud of me? I remembered the static text on the Planeswalker. It's pretty. I'm a pretty big deal. Managed to remember the static text on a Planeswalker in 2020. A hero, a bug bed. Yep. Escapable. Feels like I could never see a third land and die. It like has all of the cards I want to draw, but it doesn't have a 2-drop, and it doesn't have a third land. Is it crazy to mulligan this? I'm on the draw, so like we're likely to hit a 2-drop. Oh, that's a good observation. I didn't think of that. Breaker is a 2-drop. Yeah, that first hand was a keep because Breaker's a 2-drop. Can we beat the wolf? Yeah, Dreadhorde Butcher can beat the wolf. Hitting them a couple of times. If we hit the land for Judith next turn, and we get to like Judith smack them for 3, then the Dreadhorde Butcher attacks through the wolf. And we have Cryptbreaker plus Lazotep Reaver to start drawing cards. Great, they found their land. Huh? I think I'm gonna save that for the following turn. I guess if I played this and attacked with it and they blocked, it would also kill the wolf. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to jam that there. Yeah, probably supposed to jam. It's appealing to get both of these down, though. If they don't have Brazen Borrower or something to unsummon this Dreadhorde Butcher, I feel like we're in a pretty okay spot. We're going to draw here right now, so that way we can try and hit a land drop to put into play. That's not terrible either. It means every time they make a wolf, they take one. It also just has Menace. Langler, thanks for the 27 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. But I'm checking out some of their options here. If they don't have a thing next turn with they need to be able to interact with the board or fog me. Otherwise, second Dreadhorde Butcher here is going to be able to do some stuff. Those fences, because it's time to swing. God bless. Okay, that means they can't fog this turn. So if they go block, they die. 4, 8, 10. I believe they're dead, right? Sweet. Just spoiled 1 white instant exile target creature or planeswalker. Its controller makes a 4/4 angel with flying. Huh. Yeah, there's been some good ones, Zach. Sounds good. It doesn't have Cryptbreaker on 1, but we have a 2-power 1-drop, so we'll get to go zombie into double zombie into Lord attack. Get them for 2, and the next turn we're attacking for 7 on 3, which is not bad. It also means that they sweep the board, they take another 3. Oh gosh, that removal spell will be really good for Teferi, won't it? You just exile anything and then Teferi bounce their token? God, that's stupid. That's that stupid card, chat. I have to laugh, chat. The alternative is crying. What if Teferi is a bad idea? Okay, hold on. Let's slow things down. Do you want me to phase you out of time? I'm excited to learn why this attack with all is a bad idea, but I'm not thinking of any Temur colored cards that make it one, so. Rawr. I see what you did there, but I wasn't happy about it. God bless. Okay, since opponent's playing Field of the Dead in a control shell, I'm going to cut my Murderous Riders. I'm going to bring in some Ferocidons. I don't really know what their deck is doing. I don't know that they have enough non-creatures to warrant bringing in Duress. So I think I'm just swapping these for these and clicking Submit for now. Again, when you're not 100% sure how to sideboard with an aggressive deck like this, less is more. Phasing makes things summoning sick. I don't believe so, but can we get a judge to confirm that? It does not. Okay. Solid curve here again. 1, 2, 3. It's just curvementary. What could it be? All right, here's a question. Where do cards that are phased out, where do they go on Arena? Any bets? Any bets on where they end up at on the screen? Assume we're going to get Brazen Borrowed here on the Dreadhorde Butcher. The Shadow Realm? Probably just grayed out. Okay. Yeah, that's probably the bet. A red solo cup covers them up on screen. Moving on up the ladder. Do 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 do. This hand's probably fine enough to keep on the play with double Dreadhorde Butcher. Again, would really love one of our 12 1-drops in most of our hands, but I think at 6 we'll mulligan this Murderous Rider since we have a Ziggurat, and this is fine. Even if we miss the 3rd land on 3, we get to, I'm gonna lead on Ancient Ziggurat here, actually, because it disguises what tribal deck I'm playing. Opponent mulligan to 5 this game, it looks like. Got 2 more shots to land, mostly on time. We Dreadhorde Butcher again next turn, that's fine. Mono blue, probably. The blue tempo deck's pretty good. I think we're gonna play blue tempo again this week, and if it has a good run, throw it up on the website. It was pretty reasonable last time we played it. Speaking of things, again, assuming that my child doesn't get here in the next immediate vicinity, my deck queue is empty for historic decks because we were expecting her to have come by now. So if you are someone that's interested in submitting a historic deck, feel free to put it through the form on my site, and I'll get back to you this evening after I'm done streaming. The first couple of submissions will get played as early as tomorrow, assuming Haley doesn't arrive. Yeah, opponent could have eaten this inside of combat if they would have waited until it was attacking to strip its abilities, so we were definitely going in. In fact, I'm going to attack here and offer the trade again. Actually, I think there's a Moto deck in the queue. I think Goblin Belcher is in the Legacy queue. They'll probably play Goblin Char Belcher tomorrow morning to start before we do Historic. Yeah, we are out of historic decks, though. In fact, zombies today we're playing because I added it into the queue because I wanted to see it. And if we don't get a bunch of submissions, that's what I plan to do. I plan to fill the queue out with submissions of my own. Get to playing more of the decks on my website more consistently. There's a part where we mill over 2 lands. Wow, 2 non-lands. Well, no, awkward. Feeling kind of dead. You know, play mono blue with the black splash. I think I might actually try it with the red splash for Redcap Melee, because Redcap Melee also kills Ceratops, even if it doesn't, even if it's not quite as nice about it. Funky Philly, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oglandia. Opponent mulligan, but no gas on our side. I just drag my curve down a touch. And a couple Duresses. Thanks for joining 9 months to it. Yeah, when Andrew posted that in our Discord this morning, I was like, yeah, okay, I should share that one. Please jumpstart, bring us Gravecrawler. Gravecrawler and Jumpstart would be the absolute stones for this deck. How's this deck felt? It's been good. It's been a lot of fun. Dreadhorde Butcher is only okay in this matchup because they can, they do have a number of cards that bounce him. The Arak Field hasn't been great for you lately. Lukewarm take, the Arak Field deck was never very good. It's just a deck that has a lot of play to it. So if you play well with it, you can win in spite of it not being super powerful. Fielded that it is a super reasonable and balanced card in this format. Yeah, I think it's going to be the last match with this one, Saban, before we wrap up with Runeterra. Normally I'll be doing Runeterra a little bit earlier time-wise, but I started the stream late today because Christy had a doctor's appointment. My plan for folks that didn't hear me when I said it earlier, I'm planning to wrap on Runeterra every day, I think. Do 3 or so Magic the Gathering decks and then 1 Runeterra deck. At my wife's request, we have not shared how we're spelling Haley's name, and I'm gonna grant her that request since I messed up and shared what her name was to begin with. So again, this attack was fine into their 4/4 because Death Baron grants Death Touch. So 17 months, Jackie. Can I tell you ways you're not spelling her name? That feels like Christy wouldn't appreciate that. We're gonna make a good faith effort to spell her name with more symbols than Elon Musk's daughter has. Think I'm supposed to just trade these off here? I don't know. There could be merit to just drawing a card there as well while they're tapped out. Putting them to 3 means a Gempalm off the top is lethal, which is nice. It's a great draw. So, when I'm on the draw for game 3, do I bring in extra copies of Duress? I feel like the answer is yes. I think I'm going to trim a couple of the cyclers. I basically just want to have, like, if I play 3 cards in the first 2 turns of the game, that feels like it's probably most likely to result in a win for us. I want a couple of these over these. Because, like, if this is good, it means I have a board. And if I have a board in this matchup, I'm probably winning anyways. Yeah, I like that logic. Ooh. Sure. Hand's got, like, 1 more land that I would like, but, like, if I saw this hand on 6 cards, I'd snap it off. Man, what do I play on 1 now? It's gotta be Cryptbreaker, right? Well, like, so part of the problem is some of their curiosity effects, I can't take with the counterspell, or I can't take with the Duress. This is a great draw, because it means I can Duress plus play another card here. If I hadn't drawn the second 1-drop, I think I would have just gone land, go, and activated Cryptbreaker. I think because I hit the other 1-mana spell play, and this is exactly what I said we want to be doing in this matchup. Getting to play 3 total spells in the first 2 turns is really good here. The way you beat up these mono blue decks is by generating double spell turns early. And now here, I think especially with all these lands in my hand, I just hit them for 2 and pass and plan to make a zombie with Cryptbreaker. And then next turn, I can Reaver plus make a thing with Cryptbreaker. Yep. Them missing a land tier is actually very good for us, because it means they're going to have a harder time interacting with 2 things we do in a turn, which is great. This is a great draw, obviously. It might be wrong to not just shove for 8 here. Because they have Obsession going, it might be wrong to try and race them on cards. Like what I'm doing, I'm like giving up 5 points of damage to like draw a card. And I'm giving them a point of damage to draw it. Like, I don't really have great attacks this turn, because they could unsummon Death Baron. I'm going to play my spells pre-combat, so this way if they want to counterspell me, they don't have bounce mana up. Okay, so now they need Unsummon and Brazen Borrower to bounce both Barons, so I think I just swing for the fence here. I feel like if we trade with Brindeboar Cutthroat, that's a pretty big positive for us, because our board's wide enough that they can't really keep it in check, and we're at a high enough life total that we can race these. Alright, yeah, I think this turn is a good exchange for us. I boarded my Gempalms out for more Duresses and removal spells, which I think was right. We're gonna get, like, Slept here. Thanks for the 23 months, Fulgrim. The attack is super aggressive. Feel like we're ahead, but could go either way. Cryptbreaker was a good draw. It was really good, Bob. Easy deck of the day. I'm just passing here because this Ancient Ziggurat could become a 2/2. Being down a Lord here is a big deal because it means they can just bounce a single Lord and take our bonus off. gonna die. Yeah. Close game. Hope it had Narset in it. It had 3 mana. It had the playable Narset in it. Really close. Rough. You get to Flash and Brazen Borrower and kill us here, but I played that really well. Gonna sequence some of my stuff differently there and maybe pressure it a bit differently. It was a good game either way. Had good decision points on both sides. I feel like I'm happy with what we have here. I don't know that I would really change anything. If you haven't read Z-Bag's article today on Twitter that they posted to a Google Doc, I'd recommend giving that a read. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. I don't think I'm gonna update or change anything. If you're looking for a sweet tribal deck to play in this format, I think it's reasonable. We didn't ever cast, we put it into our hand at one point, but I don't think we ever cast it. And I think it's worth playing because, like, there literally aren't any spells in my main deck that I'm giving up to play this. Like, I actually built this deck to start and didn't have any non-creatures in it. We just added it as a free roll. And while it's obviously pretty bad paying 3 extra mana for it, it is just a free roll, and I think you keep it. I think you just, like, board it out almost all of the time for one of these cards in most matchups. But does Umori give up info that you have no spells? Not really. Like, the amount of equity you lose from giving up that information is so small. So, yeah. Alright, at any rate, that's going to wrap the Magic portion for today. We're going to go ahead and roll on into some Legends of Runeterra to wrap things up. That's right, it's a card game that I've been enjoying a lot of. It's a lot of fun on both PC and